Hola, ¿qué pasa, gente de YouTube? ¿Cómo estáis? Aquí veis, aquí podéis leer la segunda parte del partido del desafío Jordan. Y bueno, os adelanto primero una pequeña noticia, que en septiembre el canal va a estar cerrado. Pienso hacer un videoblog antes de ir a Madrid y de empezar las clases, así que bueno, disfrutad del vídeo y venga, hasta el siguiente vídeo.
There's 39 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
Well, Michael Jordan impacted the game in so many ways, including in the fashion category. Remember the baggy shorts that eventually became popular? He was really the first guy to wear them.
Yeah, you know what? And he said it wasn't so much about fashion for him, but rather function, because it gave him a chance to hold the hem when he rested. I had not heard that, but I guess it makes sense. It also helped hide the UNC shorts he always wear under his Bulls uniform. So I see where he had a couple of reasons for those long shorts.
Brett is out there with Cartwright. Then it's B.J. Armstrong. Then there's Pippen. And it's Jordan in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Newman. Kicks it out to Johnson. Launches it. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Now, guys, if you were trying to, in a nutshell, describe what made Jordan so special, what would you say?
Well, a lot of attributes. I mean, his competitive spirit, his unique physical gifts. I mean, the guy was a tremendous basketball player. You add on top of that, tremendous athleticism as well. He's a guy who could jump. He was strong. Tremendous drive and focus. I just think it was his combination of basketball skill and athletic excellence.
And the fact that he was just so driven. I mean, you touched on it, Clark, but that guy wanted to win more than anything else in his life. And he approached every single day as a competition. And he drove himself and his teammates so hard that he just elevated everybody to new heights.
And Charlotte, looking who they've got. Wingate is out there with Johnson. Then there's Gill. Then there's Mourning. And it's Bogues in at the 1 spot. Outside Jordan. Cartwright with a screen on Gill. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Mourning.
You know, he got a fingertip on it, but not enough to control the pass coming in that fast.
He kicks to Bogues. He's covered by Armstrong. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And Jordan was no slouch as a rebounder. I mean, over 6 per game was his career average.
Scottie Pippen had a career most guys can only dream about, guys. In his 17 years in the league, he made it to the postseason 16 times. I mean, he's just a winner.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, it's helping them get the lead. And if they can continue to rebound like this, I think they're going to be in pretty good shape.
Gill misses.
And that Jordan defense earned him a rare distinction. He's one of only 2 players to be named MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. That came after the 87-88 season.
And here's Bogues. He's covered by Armstrong. 6 to shoot. Pippen against Gill. Shoots the 3. Chicago grabs the miss.
Now, B.J. Armstrong went to work in the Bulls front office upon retirement, but he's since gone into the agent business. In fact, he represents Derrick Rose.
And, you know, for B.J. Armstrong, it's about trying to help younger players, whether it's on the court or off the court. I think that's one of his great qualities, the fact that he wants to see young players succeed.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Will Purdue's checked in for Cartwright, and it's Paxson in for B.J. Armstrong. Back to Johnson, working on Purdue. The fadeaway gets the bucket. Johnson's got 10 points.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
Right up. The shot's good from Paxson.
Well, Horace Grant had a great career in the NBA. 17 seasons, 4 titles, an All-Star appearance in 1993. He made the most out of his talent.
Now, here's Bowes. Guarded by Paxson. Bowes against Paxson. Muggsy takes it to the big guy. Hitting right there.
Boy, every time they drop it in, they do so from close range. Easy baskets.
Yeah, high percentage looks time and time again. It's paying off for them the way they're playing this game. I like their strategy.
Playing alongside Jordan, probably the greatest player ever. Scottie Pippen might not have gotten all the credit he deserved. I mean, he was the perfect number 2 guy on those Bull teams. Someone who turned a great team into an absolute dynasty.
Well, they were perfect complements to each other, Clark. Pippen was the distributor on offense, the rebounder, the defender. Jordan, obviously, the scorer and the finisher. But their styles really complemented each other. And together, they formed one of the great defensive tandems on the perimeter in NBA history.
Gill against Jordan. Expanding his range. Bowes, good. Bowes has got 7. Bulls trail by 9. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Grant the pass to Paxson. McCray. Here's Bowes. He's got 7. Johnson outside. It goes down off the front of the rim. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game.
And the individual awards for Michael Jordan, just staggering. I mean, staggering. 5-time league MVP, a 14-time All-Star, 9-time first-team All-Defense, and an NBA record 6 Finals MVPs.
They've got B.J. Armstrong. Williams is out there with McCray. And it's Michael Jordan, and it's Purdue in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And for Jordan Clark, you know, he could have had a lot more awards if not for his 2 retirements in the midst of his career. Why do you think, and Steve, let's bring you in, Jay, why do you think he needed that time away from the game?
Well, I think he was burned out, Kevin. I mean, you think of the focus on him, the constant scrutiny and attention, and I think he just kind of got worn out from it. They had won 3 titles in a row in Chicago at that point, so he decided to step away, and I think that rejuvenated him because he came back stronger than ever.
Knocked down by the 7-footer Purdue.
And the hot shooting continues, guys.
Yeah, it sure does, Steve. They've mothballed the defense, though. It's all about offense today.
Here's Newman. Here's Mourning. Good on the baseline, Jay. And the Hornets lead by 9. Here's Jordan. Passes it to Purdue. Goes right up. And the layup falls.
No, they're just getting hammered inside and really need to find a way to be tougher down there. They got to be physical. They got to man up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
Charlotte calls timeout. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Horace Grant, he's checked in for Purdue. King comes in for Williams. Scottie Pippen's checked in for McCray. And it's Paxson in for B.J. Armstrong. Then for the Hornets, Johnson, he's checked in for Gaddison. Hill comes in for Newman, and it's Williams in for Bowes. Here's Johnson. The dish to Curry. He's picked up by Jordan. Pippen against Gill. Here's Johnson. Grant gets the rebound.
Really good defense. They're forcing that double clutch shot.
The Hornets pull it in. They can take their time on this possession.
You know, guys, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, gives themselves a little break, too.
Catch the breath.
Yeah.
Even numbers. Back to Jordan. He connects.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Now here's Johnson. Charlotte no good that time either.
I thought that one was going to go.
You know, Steve, most of the time it does go.
Pippen missing again. Hornets leading by 5. Here's Williams. Kicks it out to Johnson. He passes to Gill. He's picked up by Pippen. He gathers. It's sent back by Pippen.
With his blend of length and athleticism, Scottie Pippen was always a fantastic shot blocker.
That's good. Now it's just a 3-point Hornets lead.
As if there was any question, Kev, he's just not fazed by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
And some changes for Chicago. Cartwright comes in for King. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for John Paxson. And the Hornets making a change here as well. Bogues, he's checked in for Williams. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Johnson against Grant. Up with it. Good!
I tell you what, you watch this guy put it in the basket, and his scoring ability can just astound you at times.
Jordan kicks to Armstrong. And stolen by Bogues.
And that's what made Muggsy Bogues such a terrific ball thief. A great combination of instinct and quickness, not to mention that low center of gravity of his.
Now here's Bogues. And so they foul intentionally. Gets the first. That increases their lead to 6. Perfect from the line, and it's a 7-point ball game.
Nice job to make them all. That's a big play to extend their lead.
Grant dishes to Pippen. There's the triple. Pippen missing again. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just play smart right here, Kevin, this game's pretty much over.
That's the second personal foul. Third team foul. Muggsy Bogues.
Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he can't convert on the second. That misses. Clark, this one just all but in the books.
Yeah, I don't see a comeback at this point, partner.
Not enough time and just too big of a deficit for this team.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
And that's an intentional foul.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Absolutely, Clark. You know sometimes the frustration can show in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right here.
Sinks the first one, and that'll give him a 9-point lead. And he makes both free throws.
And that'll do it, Kevin. Those last free throws were the icing on the cake.
Here comes Michael Jordan. Guarded by Kerr. Pass to Cartwright. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one.
Yeah, pretty impressive victory here. No easy task to knock off the Chicago Bulls on their home floor.
And what a great win for this improving young team. With their talent, they know they can play with anybody.
And that about does it. Always a pleasure to take a glimpse back at these fantastic teams from the NBA's history, including the Hornets.